What's up, guys? We are live.
Ladies and gents, we are bringing you a look into the future of Week 9. Starting off with Thursday night.
Let's talk about Devontae Adams real quick.
All right, he is the thumbnail.
Because I noticed that we usually put up a thumbnail and then never mention him.
Yeah.
So let's do Devontae Adams.
Let's start doing that, man.
RQ. What's up, just a
Random kid here early, man.
First one on. Let's get it.
Yeah, but Devontae Adams, so obviously with the news of McDaniels, Dave Ziegler, I think that's his first name, and their offensive coordinator out. Aiden O'Connell is the starting quarterback now, which I called last night.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say I called it, but I'm saying I called it. This is totally a situation to me where, and we kind of talked about this a little bit before coming on. This is a situation where a guy like Devontae thrives again. Like it's a rebirth for the whole team sort of thing. I feel like we saw this when John Gruden went out, and then the team ended up going 10-7, eventually losing to the Bengals in the first round during their Super Bowl run. But I think stock is up on Adams and Jacobs and Myers, presumably.
Yeah.
At least like they might never be back to what we always want them to be, but like definitely better than how things were looking bleak.
So you're saying that you're scared for Adams. I think we both see this as a promising thing.
Yeah, if anything, he's not gonna get worse.
Yeah.
Like I don't see it being worse because I think O'Connell's the short time he has filled in, like it's somewhat promising, and the kid has some potential. Like if they can play a sort of any type of efficient ball, a relative glimpse of efficiency, then like that's very good for Jacobs and Adams, and obviously Myers.
Yeah, because they weren't like a great or mega efficient offense last year, but
Right.
They were
And still Devontae was going nuclear.
Yeah.
So yeah, we kind of see eye to eye on that.
I'm going to try to trade for Adams, as Chandler was telling me yesterday.
Yeah.
Should have sent it yesterday.
Facts.
Yeah.
You would have been feeling crazy today.
I would have been feeling real good today.
Facts.
That's wild though, dude. Like,
yeah.
They're making drastic change for a reason. And also, I just want to mention, I'm not putting too much stock into this, but this is just kind of like a thing I want to mention. I think Hunter Renfrow is going to start seeing a little bit more in this offense. Now, whether or not that, is worthy of a pickup, I don't know yet. But we did see him get a little bit more work last week, and they're getting a whole new offense. I think he's got talent. His ability to separate is
second to none.
Yeah. Literally, actually.
That's an interesting piece. I didn't even think about him. So
like he can fit into almost any offense.
Yeah. I don't see how he didn't. Yeah, that never made sense to me. But yeah, good point there. I did not think of Hunter Renfrow at all. Speaks to what has gone on this year for the Raiders.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, is that all we got for that?
I think so.
All right, let's jump into a very intriguing Thursday night game. Going to Western Pennsylvania. Titans are coming into the Steelers. This is like, I don't know if the over-under is on this one, but if I'm a betting man, I'm taking the under. Then the Raiders also fire McDaniels, and how is there a lot of trade happened? How Bills picked up another RB? Yeah, so they fired McDaniels, fired the GM, fired the offensive coordinator. The Bills did pick up Fournette. We didn't touch on that yesterday. I don't know how I really feel about that, to be honest. It could be a sign that like Latavius Murray's out. Damon Harris obviously on the IR right now. I think I'm not really concerned about it in terms of how it's gonna affect James Cook, but Fournette could be a viable pickup.
Yeah.
Just because in a good offense, like you want players, and obviously if they're signing him, they're looking at him as an upgrade compared to what they have existing in the backfield, sans James Cook.
Yeah.
So I view Fournette as a waiver wire pickup. I don't see any reason not to. It's very Kareem Hunt-esque,
Mm-hmm. I think he's better than Latavius Murray.
Yeah, I would agree.
And he's gonna have juice.
Right. I'm interested.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very interested to see it. But all right, let's hop into this one. So Thursday night, guys, Titans Steelers. Titans coming off a huge game against Atlanta. We know Will Levis is in there now. Starting quarterback was announced either today or yesterday. I forget. But Will Levis is the starting quarterback for the Tennessee Titans. I'm not sure how I view that because the fact that he threw like 4 touchdowns and majority of them were deep touchdowns, only one of them was short. It's like that's hard to replicate for any quarterback. Like that doesn't just happen week in, week out. Even though Levis is known to be a gunslinger, strong arm type of guy, it is a little hopeful though to see that he came in and got things done.
Yep.
You know, if you're a Hopkins owner, because he's really the only relevant receiving piece in that offense. So if you're a Hopkins owner, I'd look to start Hopkins because, I mean, we've discussed this. The Steelers' defense is not good against wide receivers. So I like Hopkins this week. Steelers are allowing the 6th most points to receivers. So I really like that. They allow a lot of yards per catch. So that could really play to D-Hop's favor, allowing about 14 yards a catch. So I like D-Hop this week.
Minka's also injured.
Minka is injured, so that's a good point. So I like the keys of this Titans offense being Hopkins, not Hunter Henry, Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
So I like both of them this week, and that's about it.
If Levis goes out like last game or something around that, I got Titans, but it's likely that Steelers winning.
We'll see in just a second.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Steelers side of things, I don't really like Najee in this situation, unfortunately, due to my buys. I got to start the guy, hoping for the best, hoping to sneak a touchdown in there or something. Maybe they can move the offense. Kenny Pickett says he's playing, so that's good for the offense, I guess, better than Trubisky. I do like both Pickens and Johnson this week against that Titans secondary. A very weak secondary, we know, allows a solid amount of points. Them and Pittsburgh are right next to each other, so 6th and 7th respectively in terms of the points that they allow. Tennessee allows a lot of receptions, a lot of yards, so I like Pickens and Johnson this week. I think they can both feast, especially with Freiermuth being out. That definitely opens up a lot for both of them.
Yeah.
Let's see what they allow. I'm just thinking about Jalen Warren because we know they have a really good run defense. I'm just trying to see what they allow in the receiving game to running backs, and they are the best, actually. So Jalen Warren is not a spot start for me. Seeing that statistic, they've only allowed 18 receptions to running backs this year. So very good against receiving backs. So I'm not looking to try and spot start Jalen Warren. And don't start Najee if you don't have to. So that's where I stand on that offense. Not looking to start either of these quarterbacks this week. I mean, we kind of touched on it yesterday. I forget what you said though. Like, what's your idea on Levis as a waiver wire? Do you think he's worthy of being picked up or?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
So that wraps it up for that one, guys. Pretty easy, straightforward. Got a few key players in this one on both sides. Where do you lean?
So I'm going to just apply the same logic I applied to the last game. I think this is a game that the Titans love, and I'm going to go Titans.
All right.
It kind of plays right into their strength.
We're starting early.
Also, something interesting to note is Derrick Henry throughout his career is actually much better in away games.
Is he really?
Very odd. Yep.
Maybe he likes the animosity around him.
Yeah, maybe he
feeds off of it. Proving everyone wrong. Yeah, facts.
Can I use this sleeper pick?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, my wide
Reserve
receiver
your sleeper
for
pick
this week is Treylon Burks.
Wow.
Don't slump.
Treylon, is he playing? Did he play last week?
If he's playing.
I've honestly forgotten all about him. Could have deep league value in week 9. Oh, you read the article or something?
I didn't. I swear I didn't.
No, I'm messing with you. Yeah, okay. So I'm going Pittsburgh here. So we got our first split early. I just think a home game like that, I think the Steelers put up a good fight against Jacksonville. It was an ugly game, but I just think they're the better team here. I think they pull it out. That's exactly what I said about Atlanta last week, though. Titans proved me wrong. But if there's one guy I like to see prove me wrong, it's Mike Vrabel. That's for sure.
Yeah. So just a random kid's got
He's got the Steelers
as well.
Yeah.
Both you guys are wrong.
So, what'd you say? Both of us are wrong.
I didn't say anything.
9:30, guys. Early lineup alert. Be on the lookout. You don't want to start guys that aren't starting. I don't know that anyone's really injured in this one. But Dolphins Chiefs guys playing over in Germany in Frankfurt. So shout out to Germany. This should be a fun game.
Yeah.
I think this is one of the games of the year. Now I see we are seeing that Mostert sat out on Wednesday today.
Yeah, so he shouldn't once again leave. Okay, so I think it's just kind of like a
rust thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So yeah, guys, I'm looking for fireworks in this game. I'm starting anyone. I'm starting all the Miami guys. You're starting Tua, starting Mostert, starting Tyreek, Waddle, not Durham Smythe. I'm not even really going to put much analyzation into this one. It's just, or an analysis. It's just pretty simple stuff, in my opinion.
Yeah. You're starting the starters.
Right. Chiefs,
Rashee Rice was just mentioned. It might be worth talking about a little bit. Guys, I know we are major Rice fans. My friend dropped him, and I don't know which is Shaheed or Rice. Do I hold Shaheed or drop for Rice?
Random kid. I have both on my squad, bro. And Rashid is, I know he just went off, and he's typically a guy where if he goes off and you missed out on it, you don't want to start him the next week. But, I mean, both of them are great plays this week, in my opinion. Rashid going against a team in the Bears that allow a lot of points to quarterbacks and are definitely exploitable on the back end there. If there's one guy that can pull it off, it's Rashid. And also, Shaheed is great against zone coverage. The Bears run zone coverage more than 70% of the time. So, I have no issue playing Shaheed in your lineup. But in terms of Rice or Rashid, on a week-to-week basis, you got to roll with Rice. I feel like he's definitely going to be more consistent.
Yeah.
I'd look for a way to drop someone else. I don't know who else is on your bench right now. I know there's a lot of buys going on and stuff, but I'd definitely try to find a way that both of them can be on your roster. But yeah, for this Chiefs game, you're starting Mahomes, starting Pacheco, starting Kelsey, Rashee Rice. Dolphins aren't very good against receiver. Dolphins defense is not very good in general, to be honest. But yeah, so I'm starting all the studs here. No questions about it.
Yeah. Although Jalen Ramsey's back.
He is. He's just, he's like, I'm not one of those people that crap on Ramsey. He's just not what he used to be 2-3 years ago. He's still a solid corner, but he's just not the all-pro guy that we know him to be. So, I mean, that's the easy one. I don't know if there's anything else you want to add.
I would say that watch out for what happens with Jeff Wilson in his second week back.
That's a good one.
Just watch the split. We will definitely be talking about it at some point.
Yeah.
But it makes me question whether or not I want to start Mostert this week. But
I just think he's been so effective. It's hard not to roll with him.
It's definitely hard not to. But I'd say there's two things that make me hesitant. One, Miami has not proven it against good teams, and the Chiefs are figured to be a good team.
Right.
And Casey's defense is legit.
Laporta. He's on buying Godwin. So that's his bench. Jeez, dude. I don't know who your starting defense is, but I mean, I know the Bills go against Cincy, but I might go ahead and drop whatever defense you're starting and pick up Rice, but
I would just drop Shaheed.
Or drop Shaheed, yeah. That's hard because he's so explosive, but yeah,
you got Devontae Smith and Chris Godwin.
Yeah, I feel like Rice has to be rostered versus, like, if I saw Rice and Shaheed, I'd definitely pick up Rice.
Yeah.
But that's a tough one for sure. I got the Seahawks. Seahawks play a good team this week, I thought. Seahawks play the Ravens. Yeah, so I'd probably. Do the Bills play? It's in Cincy.
Yeah.
I mean, neither of those defenses are very enticing for me. I'd probably play the Bills personally, just because I think a game like that's going to be. There's always time for a pick six or something in a game like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd probably drop Seahawks defense, pick up Rice, but if anything, pick up Rice, drop Shaheed, just to make things simple.
That's what I'd say.
But yeah. So where are you going with KC Miami?
I'm gonna go with KC here.
Okay. I'm same. This is a very telling game for both of these teams, I believe, just based off of Kansas City kind of sputtering, especially the loss against the Broncos, and as we know, Miami losing. They're only two big games to Buffalo and Philly. So if they lose this one, it's kind of like, okay, like they're a fun team, but we got to stop taking them seriously as a top tier type of team.
I mean, they only scored 20 points against Philly and
Scored 17 against Philly, 20 against Buffalo.
Yeah, so they're not putting up those same numbers.
Right.
I mean, Tyreek's gonna get his.
Tyreek's gonna do it when he
get
does.
his touchdown, but they're not gonna allow like 3 of them.
Right.
You wouldn't think at least.
Yeah. Next game, guys, an interesting one. Some quarterback movement in this one. Vikings coming into Atlanta. We know Josh Dobbs is going over to the Vikings, but he is not starting. It is Jaron Hall, the rookie out of BYU. So I don't know that. Addison's got to be in your lineup, especially with buys and stuff. I'm sure if you're an Addison owner, you don't have much choice but to start him. So I like Addison. I think Hawkinson has to play. He's always going to be a safety valve for a quarterback, but I'm not looking to start Osborne. Grady Jarrett, the star defensive tackle for the Falcons, is hurt. I don't know how to evaluate the Vikings running back situation, and I don't know that I really want to. I'm just out on both guys right now. Neither guy is, sure, Madison's getting the touches, but Akers, as you highlighted, is the goal line back.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'm not – hopefully you're not looking to start either of them.
Right.
It's just a very unfortunate situation.
Just ran it. Kid says, I got the Dolphins. Mahomes ain't cutting it. I'm benching for Burrow. I like benching Mahomes for Burrow. I actually
would go with Mahomes personally. The
Okay.
Dolphins, I mean, that's just me. The Dolphins allow the 5th most points or the 6th most points to quarterbacks. The Bills allow the 2nd least.
Yeah.
Now, the Bengals are back on track a little bit, but I think KC gets right. Obviously, I don't think Burrow's just going to crap the bed, but I'd lean Mahomes personally. I like to see Mahomes stats coming off of bad games too. It's probably something crazy.
I'm sure
I can't.
historically.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily think either one's a bad choice.
Yeah, I think that's just a good toss it up.
Yeah.
I'd
Two
play
big games, 2 explosive games presumably. So I don't think you can really go wrong.
Right.
But Vikings Falcons. So I'm saying start Addison, start Hawkinson. The rest of the Vikings, try to get them on your bench. You coincide with that?
Yeah. Yep.
Falcons. Taylor Heineke is starting.
Okay.
So we're in that cycle of Taylor Heineke now. I like Drake London if he plays. I think we saw Heineke with McLaurin, force-fed him. I think Drake London sees a similar type of role. And he exposes this Vikings defense, which has been poor all season against receivers. Obviously, you're starting Bijan. What is Kyle Pitts, Carter?
Terrible.
What is he this week for you at the tight end position?
A bust.
So, the Vikings do allow middle of the pack points. I'm not gonna sit here and say lean either way because it's just a crapshoot and tight end is what it is. Been saying it all season. So if you have him in your lineup and you don't have a better option, go ahead and start him.
The best fantasy podcast show in the world.
He ruined your intro, Side-Eye. He ruined it.
Side-Eye was good.
I'm 2-6. No, don't say it's over. It's never over, bro. You got a stacked team. It is never over, my friend.
I'm also 2-6.
Yeah. And Carter's not out.
I'm out. No, I'm playing.
We're supposed to be uplifting. No, side-eye, your team is solid, bro. See it through. You're good. I promise you, bro. Send your team in real quick, because I know you got a fire team, dude. I know I tell you this every week, I feel like, but send that thing through.
You
But
got Chucks, I know that. I'm sorry, bro.
everyone underperformed. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
I was with you, bro.
It's rough.
I had Cup too.
But to finish this game, wrap this game up, Vikings Falcons starting Bijan, starting Drake London. Proceed with caution with Kyle Pitts. It is what it is. I like the defense though. I like the Falcons defense against this Vikings offense.
I think Ingram gave me the most points this weekend with 15.
Thanks. Where are you leaning in this one? I'm interested to hear this. Vikings Falcons.
Falcons. Back
Okay.
on the Falcons train.
I like it. I'm following you. We're both riding the Falcons train. Atlanta is 4-4, so both teams 4-4. Very interesting.
Just sad.
I'm excited to see this team with Josh Dobbs once he gets acclimated.
Same.
I really am, because like, sure, his magic sort of ran out with the Cardinals, but the Cardinals are also a much worse team than the Vikings are. So very interested to see that. Excited to see that. Odd
Josh
enough.
Dobbs has like magic within the first like 3 weeks of every team he goes to, bro.
Facts.
So that'd be.
All right.
And to say magic for the Cardinals maybe was a bit of an overstatement because I think they got one win.
Best 1 in 17 ever.
Yeah.
Now both Josh Dobbs ex teams going against each other here. Arizona going into Cleveland. Cleveland coming off the loss to Seattle. Cardinals coming off the loss
I
to
thought Dobbs
Baltimore.
was a Steeler.
He was. That's
He's a
where he was
Steeler and
originally. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he was at the Cardinals early season. So, guys, Jaron Hall is getting the start for the Cardinals. Kyler Murray, presumably week 10, will be back because he's arguably in the mix this week. So keep an eye on that. But as far as the Cardinals go, the only guy I'm really confident in starting is Trey McBride, just because a tight end is a safety valve for any young quarterback. I'm just not confident in anyone else on that offense.
Yeah, I picked up McBride, and I'm gonna be starting him.
Yeah.
With Waller and.
So Side-Eye said I'm also no Side-Eye, don't fade out, bro. Come on. 10 team, 0.5 at 2-6.
All right, side eye. I am also 2-6. Let's just try to come back, and if we lose these next 2 weeks, you're allowed to fade out.
Saquon.
But you have to come back for next season when we have a league.
Saquon and Ingram were definitely your two best players. Everyone else was not good. And you had Javonte on your bench, and he did well.
Ingram on bye, drop T-Law for Logan Thomas. Yeah, I think T-Law in a 10-team PPR could be, or 10-team.
He can be dropped. Yeah, I like the Logan Thomas pickup too.
Your team is stacked.
Yeah, facts, bro. Your team
team's
is stacked. Like, bro, you gotta see it through with it, man. Do not check out. Like, you have a really solid team. Like, it's gonna click, bro. And you're 2-6, which means, what we have, 15 games? No, 14 games total. So, bro, you can go 8-6 at best. It's just bad luck. It is. Yeah. It's just luck of the draw, man.
It really is.
But you got a shot, dude. You're never out. 10-team might be a little rough. I don't know what the spread is there on your records throughout your league, but hoping the best for you, bro. We'll be in the league together next year. But on the Browns side of things in this Cardinals-Browns game, I like Kareem Hunt a lot. I'm not going to say I like P.J. Walker, but I think Hunt and Amari Cooper. Do you like Njoku this week? I will say the Cardinals are actually very good against tight end this year. They're actually the number 2 in terms of points allowed to tight ends. Isn't that crazy?
Cardinals?
Yeah. They're the second best team. So these are the 2 best teams against tight end. Cleveland and Arizona.
I think you can start Njoku.
Okay.
But with caution, because Kareem Hunt's about to go off.
Kareem Hunt and Cooper are the only 2 guys that I'm saying start. Other than that.
Okay. Yeah. It's hard to say, like, someone's definitely better than Njoku this week, but
right.
I guess you play the matchups if it's a tight end.
I agree. So, where are you going?
Cleveland.
Yeah, okay. I didn't really need to ask.
In Cleveland.
Yeah, I just think Cleveland has a perfect game to dominate a team like the Cardinals, where they just want to ground and pound, play good defense, that sort of thing, at home.
It's a rookie, bro. Miles
Yeah.
Garrett's going to have a field day.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Browns defense is going to drop 30 for me.
Facts.
I'm in a league where we're doing divisions or conferences, so second place in my conference is 4-4. It's a long shot, but it's it.
It's there, bro. You're 2 games away, man. That could all change in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
So keep your head up, man.
For sure.
Yeah, bro. You have a monster team. Like when your team all clicks, bro, you're gonna be hyped. Like you just gotta wait for it, bro. Like
Yeah.
it's gonna be exciting when your team clicks. Especially if you get a good like Lamar and Flowers game, that's gonna be dirty. So moving to Lambeau, ladies and gentlemen, we got the Rams coming into the Packers. This is an interesting game to me also. Now we have to keep an eye out on Matt Stafford. Keep that in mind here. Kyron Williams still on the IR. I like Royce Freeman in this matchup. I think we touched on that yesterday. I like Royce Freeman shaping up to be a little more efficient than Darrell Henderson is. Henderson just has the familiarity in that offense with the coaching staff. But I really like Freeman this week. And the Packers allow the 6th most points to running backs. Very favorable. They allow a good amount of receptions to running backs too. That works in the favor of Royce Freeman versus Darrell Henderson. So I like Freeman this week. I wouldn't be afraid to say you can start both of them just due to if the backup's playing. I think we're going to see this ground game really get leaned on.
Yeah.
So I would proceed with caution with the 2 receivers, obviously Kupp and Nakua. Now, I'm pretty sure Green Bay is fairly good against. So they're middle of the pack with receivers. So we'll have to see how Stafford shapes out this week. I think that's safe to say.
All right.
Let's see. Ready to start. Stafford's status could go down to Sunday. So it's going to be a game time decision, 1 o'clock, thankfully. We'll know more then. So I like the running backs here. Receivers are kind of we're holding out on them till 1 o'clock.
I still like Kupp this week for a bounce back.
Yeah. I mean, I can see it. I don't know. It's gonna be rough. It's going to be hard to foretell. Packers side of things. I really don't know what to say. Because I'm usually an Aaron Jones guy, and right now I'm not feeling Aaron Jones at all. And the Rams are really good against the run. So I'm really, if you don't have to start a Packer this week, don't start a Packer this week.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel.
Maybe
Now,
Musgrave.
Yeah, maybe Musgrave just because tight end is tight end. But outside of that, I'm not confident in any of these guys. Now, they do get another game at home. Hopefully they can warm up to things. But if you don't have to start a Packer, do not start a Packer. That's how I feel.
Yes, we did decide that. We all had the Bengals last week.
Yes, sir.
That was probably my most.
That was our greatest
I
pick.
took a lot of happiness, joy out of that pick.
Yeah.
Although, probably more in the Falcons-Titans one.
Yeah, that was a good pick.
I was just happy about that. I feel like I'd said it yesterday, but I see it through Arthur Smith.
Yeah. Wherever you go with Atlanta is where I need to go. Where are you going in this one? This is interesting.
Rams.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to lean Rams. I just think that the Packers are in complete dysfunction.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Like, the Rams aren't dysfunctional. The Packers are dysfunctional. Like, the Rams are just not that good.
Right.
It's hard to see the Packers at 2-7, but or 2-6, but I don't know.
I'm playing Christian Watson this week, so who knows?
I can't put my faith in the Packers.
No, I cannot.
Yeah, so moving to our next game, up in New England, Foxborough, Massachusetts. The Washington Commanders are coming into town. They're going to get blown out. My former favorite team. Side eye, I don't know if you heard, but I have, how should I put it?
Renounced.
I've renounced my rights as a Washington Commanders fan. For 17 years, I have resigned. I'm currently on the market, so.
He's trying to figure out what team he wants to be a fan of.
Yep.
So if you have a good suggestion, throw it out there.
Yeah. Always welcome to suggestions. So, Commanders, I like Sam Howell in this one. The the Patriots defense isn't great against quarterbacks. Not great, not horrible. just middle of the pack. But Howell's having a good statistical season. He seems to be getting it done in the fantasy realm. I don't mind starting him.
You said
What is
good
it?
they suck, don't torture yourself.
I've been tortured for 17 years, bro. So, like, there's not much I can do. But I'm free now, I guess.
You're free now.
Terry's a start, in my opinion. I don't really like either Jahan Dotson, Jameson Crowder, or Curtis Samuel. I think Terry's really the only staple in that offense. I will say, I'm looking at it. The Patriots are not great against the run. They allow the 13th most points, so pretty favorable matchup for B-Rob. I think this is a bounce back week for B-Rob. It's been rough sledding. I think with new culture. So I don't even know what I'm saying now. I don't know. I just think B-Rob's a good play against the Patriots. Who knows what the Commanders pull out of where the sun doesn't shine.
I think it's a Patriots slaughter this week.
I'm actually leaning. This might be the first week we've said this. I'm gonna end off the Commanders by saying Logan Thomas is a good start, but Mac Jones is a smash start this week.
Wow.
The Commanders are awful against the pass, and they just let go of their two best pass rushers.
Wow. Okay.
So, like, I think Mac Jones is a definite stream. The Commanders allow 16 yards a catch, bro, which is nuts. Like, that's nuts. That's bonkers, bro. They've allowed the most touchdowns. They've allowed the most yardage, and only 97 receptions, which is like middle of the pack, which is just crazy. So, I mean, I like everything against. If you're a Ramondre guy, start Ramondre. Start Demario Douglas. I guarantee you he has a breakout game this week. Start Hunter Henry. Start them all.
Yeah.
I'm looking. Yeah, it's gonna be very bleak this week.
So Chandler is back. What's up, bruh?
What's up? What's up?
I have not got a response yet. So
He just sent it out now. Don't let him fool you. He just did it now. Just because of the news of
I was too
McDaniels.
wussy, and then I heard about the news and sent the trade. So it's out there right now. Be a Ravens fan, buy low on their stock, plus they're right up the highway on 295.
Side eyes in Maryland. You did mention that, bro.
I live in Maryland, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that to you guys.
I could be a Ravens fan.
That's not a bad team. Just hop on the Gus bus.
Hop on the Gus bus, baby. We did say we were hopping on the Gus bus last night.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm rolling with New England here. I'm going against my former team.
Same in New England.
Yeah, screw the Commanders.
Although, like, it's hard to pick a 2-6 team, but I'm going with it.
You're picking a 3-5 team that just had a fire sale?
No.
Okay. Moving to our next game, going to Nolans.
NOLA.
The Bears are coming in. They ain't coming out too happy, I'd say.
Nope.
I think this is gonna be a slaughter. I'm looking for some Kamara, some Derek Carr, baby, some Chris Olave,
Yes.
some Chris Olave, some Rashid. So let's start out with the Bears, man. Justin Fields is not looking to play this week. I'm not looking to play any of those running backs. If you have now, I know there's buys and stuff this week. If you have better options than DJ Moore, I would look to sit DJ Moore. I'm not saying he's a sit. He's just not a high-end start to me this week going against a good Saints defense. That's how I view him this week.
I see him as kind of like Garrett Wilson, though. Like, guy with like,
talent,
too much talent.
yeah, right. It's hard to sit him. If you have options, I would say sit him, but, you know. Cole Kmet, I would say I wouldn't. Cole Kmet is one of those guys. If he's your best tight end, go ahead and play him.
I was pissed for Commanders fans when I saw Young go for his third. Then I was more pissed when I realized the Ravens let that happen.
Made zero moves. Yeah, the Ravens typically aren't a team that.
Yeah, they don't make moves.
Yeah, so
they'll go down to their sixth running back before they do anything.
Facts. So Saints side of things, I like anyone in a Saints uniform this week. All three of those receivers are in play, in my opinion. Kamara is certainly in play. Obviously, that defense is in play. Kicker's in play. Quarterback is in play. So I really like the Saints this week. I think we see a real boom week. I think we see it from Olave. I think we see it from Carr. I think we see it from Olave. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that we see 3 different players with touchdowns. Not that that's super bold, but I think we see 2 of those receivers with touchdowns, and I think Kamara scores a touchdown.
Okay.
So I think I'm stepping up a notch. I think we see 4 players with touchdowns. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's either all 3 of those receivers and Kamara, or 2 of those receivers, Kamara and Taysom Hill. Yeah. So I think the Saints are going to eat this week.
I like Taysom for a touchdown if they start blowing him out.
Yeah. I like the Saints a lot this week.
Okay.
They're on the upswing in terms of offense, it seems.
They are, yeah.
So I like it. I really like it. You can tell where I'm going with this one. I'm assuming we're in cahoots here.
Yep. New Orleans.
So, next, guys, this might be the game of the early slate, besides the Chiefs Dolphins. But to me, this is slightly more interesting. I don't know. I'm kind of looking past it. I think the Dolphins are sort of fraudish, in my opinion. But this is the game that excites me the most, personally. Seahawks Ravens. I might be a Seahawks fan. I might be the Ravens. This might be my deciding factor. Whoever wins this game, I might be a new fan of. But yeah, guys, 2 teams I'm very interested in seeing how they perform this week. Both teams coming in with 2 losses. Seahawks 5-2, Ravens 6-2. Going into Baltimore, Seahawks offense has not really come together like we've expected yet. Had an odd split last week between Walker and Charbonnet. Walker with 8, Charbonnet with 5 carries. So interesting to see how that shakes out. Walker had a monster season to start. He's still RB7, I believe, right now. But
good Gino can make the difference. C-Town fan. Yo,
C-Town fan. What's up, bro? Assuming
new guy, I think.
New guy, man. Let us know if you're coming in from Seattle. I'm considering. So this is your first time here, man, and I'm resigned as a Commanders fan, and the Seahawks are one of my choices as joining your fan base. So let me know if you're open, to a warm welcome. And
resigned.
I'm resigned, bro. I'm 100% resigned. But Seahawks. So
just a random kid's got $10 on him. Wow. Was that money line or over under or just with a friend?
With a friend. I think DK is going to eat this week. I don't know why. He had 14 targets last week with only 5 receptions. I feel like he goes nuts this week. Like, I think he's putting up 16 at least. I see. Like, I don't know why. I just have a feeling this is a real DK game. I don't have any, like, huge stats for you. It's just the volume he got last week.
Yeah.
And then not showing out with it. Like, I think they're going to want to get him the ball, encourage. Like, I'm really excited to see that. And that's going to be a really physical matchup, him and Humphrey. But, yeah, so do you think Gino's a start? That's a hard – because the Ravens are really good against quarterback. They're, number 1 against quarterback.
Friend, he's thinking Seahawks is an easy game. Seahawks definitely is not an easy game.
Yeah.
He's delusional.
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, side-eye. So, I don't know. I don't know if Marlon's going to travel with DK. I'm welcome to join the Seahawks fan base. Appreciate you, bro. This might be my deciding factor. If they come out with the dub here, I might have to hop on the train. I like you guys to win the division this year, though, with the way things are looking right now. I think the Seahawks are a very complete team, and they have a great defense from the front 7 to the back end. So I really like what's going on there. But DK, I think, is a great play this week. I just have a feeling it's nothing statistical, no analytics for you, nothing crazy. I see it coming around this week. But Gino, to me, is beware of starting him. I'm looking at it right now. Ravens only allow 11 points per game to quarterbacks, so not very friendly to quarterbacks. Now, I know Kenneth Walker is going against a very stout Ravens defense. They allow – the Ravens are actually middle of the pack in terms of running back. So, yeah, I think Kenneth Walker's a start. And, yeah, man, exactly what C-Town fan said. I was really surprised to see – just Walker and Charbonnet as a whole only combined for 13 carries against who'd they play last week? Cleveland? I mean, I know Cleveland has a good defense, but they were in the lead the entire game.
Cleveland was.
No, Seattle.
Seattle had the last second touchdown.
Am I wrong on that?
Yeah, that was a Jason touchdown. 24-21 or whatever. Something like that.
Come on. Give me a second, boys. I gotta fact check myself here. Okay, now it's giving me week 9. That's great.
We play the Niners twice very soon. Ooh. Yeah, that's gonna be
interesting.
That's gonna be division defining. Yeah, that was just Jason touchdown.
So 7-0, 14-0, 17-7, 17-14, 17-14. Okay, 20-17. But even then, I mean, going into the third quarter, they were still, up for the entire first half.
They were up. Okay, you were right.
And then, but just the fact it was never like they were getting blown out by, it wasn't like Cleveland started 17-0 or anything. They were up for the majority of the game, and it was no more than a 3-point game the entire game, in terms of when things got close. So that's surprising. But yeah, I definitely think, especially knowing Pete Carroll, the guy loves to run the ball. So definitely looking for a Kenneth Walker bounce back week. In terms of the Ravens, I really like Lamar this week. I think Lamar is going to be stellar at home. Quarterbacks against the Seahawks. Seahawks have a really underrated defense this year. They do allow the 17th most points. So I think that's pretty. You're starting Lamar. I think that's safe to say. I like Zay Flowers, even though, like I just highlighted, the Seahawks defense is pretty good. They do allow the eighth most points to receivers. So I really like Zay Flowers in this matchup. Side eye, looking at you, man. Flowers, Lamar, smash play this week. Great stack to have. And then Gus Edwards, I think you got to play him. He certainly has the hot hand. Saw him come off of 3 touchdowns last week, so really like that. So I mean, this is a game I'm very, very excited about. I feel like, you think it's going to be 6 points or less, like in terms of margin?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a tight one. This is going to be a good game. Baltimore, the line is 6 in favor of Baltimore, believe it or not. I might take Seattle with the points.
Yeah, I like.
I mean, I don't know though, because the Ravens did dominate Detroit 2 weeks ago, so
they're legit, dude.
But the Seahawks are a very complete team, so
I feel like they're not a team that easily gets just like dominated.
Right.
They seem to be in at least every game.
So what does C-Town say?
Like
Pulled it out at the end. Gino's still a little questionable. Yeah, Gino's been a little questionable. Lamar running masterclass. Seahawks defense is for real. You guys are spitting facts right now. Leonard Williams, interesting to watch. Certainly pairing up with Draymond Jones and Mafe on the outside. I like Lamar having 100 on the ground. Wow. 100 on the ground, side. I lock it in, baby. I like it. I think he'll have at least like 60. I can see it from him. So I'll ask you, Carter. I like putting the pressure on you. Where are you going?
I'm going with the Ravens.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to go against them.
I could see them folding this game, but I don't know.
They always have a funky game at home.
Yeah.
Like every year they do. I gotta go with Baltimore though, man. They're in a hot streak right now. I like them.
So we're both going Baltimore. C-Town, sorry, bro.
Yeah, sorry, bro. I mean, it's a tight one for sure. I do like Seahawks +6 if you're a betting man, which I am not, but I think it's going to be a very tight game. I think it's going to come down to the last drive, regardless of who wins. Yeah, tough going across country too, certainly. Especially going forward 3 hours. I don't know how much it really affects players, but going across country whenever is definitely a little bit of a disadvantage.
Right.
So moving to Houston, we got the Buccaneers coming into town. 2, 3, and 4 teams. Both teams are on a bit of a skid right now. The Buccaneers, 10 a.m. PST. Yeah,
Pacific
right.
Stadium.
So the Bucs coming in 3 and 4 took a hard loss to the Bills last week. Not that it was just a tough loss. Put up a solid effort.
I picked the Titans too, Chandler.
All right. You and Chandler ganging up or something? Huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
Huh?
At least roll back the clock.
Right, yeah. You know they got rid of daylight savings time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why they ever had it.
Facts. But all right. So Buccaneers, Texans. Texans. We were talking about this before we started rolling things. Texans defense is stellar. They've allowed 2 touchdowns to receivers this year, 5 passing touchdowns, 5 rushing touchdowns all season, which is absolutely insane. And we were talking. You highlighted Will Anderson being not only probably the best rookie defensive player right now, but one of the best defensive players in all of football. And with DeMeco Ryans as your coach, I don't think you have much of a choice. But yeah, so they have a legit defense. So I think it's gonna be tough sledding for this Buccaneers team. I do kind of like Chris Godwin. I think he's kind of hyping, finding his stride right now.
Yeah.
Let's see, where do they rank? So, Houston's number 4 against receivers. They allow the 4th least points. So, if you don't have to start those Buccaneers guys, I wouldn't. But also, it's a very funneled offense where we know who's getting the targets. So, I'm not totally out on playing them whatsoever. I don't want it to sound like that. I just want you to know what you're going up against if you are starting them. So I'm also starting Cade Otton because I have Laporta. Laporta's on a bye, and Houston's actually the 3rd worst team against tight ends. So just looking for some sort of silver lining at the tight end waiver wire spot right now, considering I have the worst waiver wire because I'm the best team.
Yeah.
Not to brag or anything.
Bobo.
More Bobo. Yeah. I mean, dude, they have a great receiving core. You got 4 good receivers.
So remember that. I guess.
Oh, geez. Chandler's laying it down on us, man.
Chandler just. All right, so we're gonna go back to that.
All right, yeah. Can you pin that or something?
Yeah.
All right, Chandler's pinned.
All right.
Let's see how that plays out. All right. So Buccaneers. I like Rashad White. I really do. The kid's he's getting it done in the receiving game. Texans are 19th least. So what? 12th most, 13th most, so fairly favorable matchup. They don't allow much receiving work to running backs, so we know that is where Rashad tends to thrive.
Yeah.
But I think you got to roll with Rashad White right now. He's hot. We were kind of worried about him possibly losing work to Keyshawn Vaughn or Sean Tucker. Yeah. Has not happened.
Right.
So I like Rashad this week. If you're a Rashad White owner, I think you got to roll with him. So Houston side of things, we both want to see this Texans offense pick things back up. CJ Stroud 2 consecutive weeks, had the bye in between there, lower than 200 yards. Had 199 one week, but still lower than 200 yards. Nico Collins was not good last week. Tank Dell was not very effective. I'm looking for a big bounce back this week. It's a favorable matchup against this Tampa Bay secondary, so I like both of them. Tampa Bay is allowing the 9th most points to receivers, so very, very favorable for Nico. Looking for a big bounce back out of him. Dameon Pierce is a sit, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's a sit.
Going against the 7th best running back defense this week too. So I'm really out on Dameon Pierce right now.
I am too.
Singletary seems to be more effective in terms of a per yard, per touch basis sort of thing. But I like Nico Collins and I like CJ Stroud in this matchup. I think both of them are solid starts. Dalton Schultz. Let's see where Tampa Bay ranks.
You got a couple questions. So I guess we can just do that and then we'll finish this game. Is Will Levis legit? We did talk a little bit about this. Will Levis ends up the best quarterback. Should I pick him up? I do not think you need to pick up Will Levis.
So, okay. Well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to look at the Titans' schedule.
Make sure you'll fix the links in the bio. I've commented it on a post or two. The link's still broken for me.
Huh.
Okay, thank you.
We were not aware of that, Chandler.
Yeah, we were not aware of that.
So, appreciate that.
We'll be looking at that right now.
So let's see. So the Titans have the Steelers, Buccaneers, Jags, Panthers, Colts, Dolphins, Texans, Seahawks, Texans, Jags. So definitely a few favorable games in there. Depending on who your quarterback is, what the end of your bench looks like. I don't mind Levis as a pickup. I would say, possibly pick him up for this week. And then if he does well, use him as trade bait for a QB needy team or just have him as a solid QB2. I'm not saying he's a very prioritized waiver wire pickup. I know everyone's going crazy. I don't know, how big your league is. If you're playing in a 12-man or larger, I don't mind the pickup. 10 or less, obviously you're not worried about Will Levis. But, Steelers this week, Buccaneers next week is pretty favorable. Jags allow a lot of points to the quarterback position. They just don't allow many points to be scored. Panthers are really good against quarterback. Colts are awful against quarterback. Dolphins are awful against quarterbacks. Texans are solid. Seahawks are solid. Texans are solid. Jags are all right. So I think there's definitely room for Will Levis to be a solid player. I don't think he's going to just light it up every week like he did, but I think there's definitely reason for him to be picked up.
Chandler said he traded DeMarcado for Levis like 30 minutes ago.
Okay, I don't mind that. I think DeMarcado is a little overrated. I really don't.
My other QB was Mac Jones, 18-team league.
Ooh, well, Mac Jones is a smash start in my opinion this week going against my ex-team and the Commanders.
18-team, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I would like to do an 18-team just to see what the draft. Imagine being the number one pick, bro. You get like Justin Jefferson, and then you're waiting 35 players in between, or 34 in between. That's insane.
Having the 18th pick, bro. Your best player is like a second rounder.
Facts. I don't even know. Bro.
I'd much rather the second pick actually, than like the first or like the end of the first.
Yeah.
In the beginning.
Because then you're getting at least two like solid dudes instead of one guy, and then I don't even know.
That's wild. You have to draft really well in that. I'm going to start eating whole bananas, banana peel, and all.
If he continues. C-Town, I don't know if... I mean, you won't get cramps and you'll get your potassium. I can say that much, but we'll have to see how that plays out. That's bold.
So, Chandler, I will say this. Our others, like our socials, have been kind of ramping down a little bit. It's just not really sustainable at this point. We're still very small, and we spend a lot of time, doing these videos as well as, like work on ourselves and whatnot.
Work, school, all that
working
stuff. Out,
so
that sort of stuff.
That's something we're looking to improve on. I wouldn't worry. I'll take the links down that are bad, but just.
That's not where you're going to see info from us.
Right, yeah. You're going to see most of what we say here.
Yeah, so we do appreciate you letting us know because that definitely makes things look less professional when things don't work. So
yeah,
appreciate that.
Yeah.
I was pick 3. My first 3 picks were Chase Gibbs and Keenan Allen.
Nice, bro.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, Carter and I, Amari Cooper, and if you go back and watch our earliest videos, Keenan Allen and Amari Cooper were mentioned at least like twice in every video, regardless of what quarterbacks, sleepers for the year, running backs, especially receivers. I mean,
all of our rankings.
Yeah, everything was about Amari and Keenan Allen being the biggest steals of the year.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, so let's wrap up this game. Bucks Texans kind of said everything we need to say. I like C.J. Stroud. I like Nico. I think Tank Dell's a sneaky play.
Yeah.
Buccaneers. You can start the 2 receivers. I got no issue with it. I would just warn against it if you don't have to play them. Texans have a legit defense. Start Rachaad White. Where are you going with this one?
I'm going to go with... I almost want to say Buccaneers, but I'm going to roll Texans.
Okay, same.
Mainly because I don't want this to be a reason that we have a split. I'm going to start eating... Wait, remember Will Levis did that? Did Will Levis?
Will Levis ate a whole banana? Carter's looking it up right now. Moving to our next game, guys. The no longer winless Panthers are inviting the Colts in for a showdown. Playing at 4:05.
Will Levis eats overripe bananas fully unpeeled and puts mayo in his
coffee. That's foul. I mean, I don't know. Is there health benefits to it?
There's gotta be.
I mean, the guy is jacked. I'll say that.
He's an NFL player. Come on now. He's gotta be jacked.
Yeah, no, but like at quarterback, bro, like he's jacked. Like,
Okay, I don't think anyone like. There's gotta be. He heard something, right?
yeah, like he didn't just like start doing this and said, "Oh, like this tastes really good. Let me just start eating fully ripened,
Overripe.
the unpeeled bananas." Okay, back on track.
Hold on. One last inquiry. Rubbing a banana peel on your skin can offer gentle exfoliation.
Okay, but that's not. That's what the hell.
Why is he eating it then?
Yeah, but why'd you look it up for skin?
Oh, banana peels don't do anything to whiten your teeth. I didn't say it. Oh. Banana peels are packed with polyphenols, carotenoids, and other antioxidants that fight cancer, causing free radicals in your body. Can increase your antioxidant levels and help reduce your
unripe peels. He's eating completely ripened peels. I mean, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Okay, back on track now. Colts, talk nice about my Panthers now.
Oh, we got a little disagreement in the chat, boys. He's a little odd. Maybe that's why he dropped in the draft. That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Chandler, Side-Eye, we'll have to see where we go, who we side with on this one. I'll start with the away team. Gardner Minshew, he's a sit this week. He's been very electric since he's come in, filled in for Anthony Richardson, done an admirable job. Panthers are great against quarterbacks, though. We've been saying it all year. Pass defense is good. Saw it last week against Houston, really shut down that offense. I think Jonathan Taylor is the star of the show here in this one for this Colts team. Now, I am not going to say to sit Pittman and Downs. I think you have to start them. I just don't think it's high upside for the quarterback here. I do still think this is another passing attack where very funneled to those two stars at the receiver position. I got no issue starting either of them. It's just not a favorable matchup. Now, for the Panther side of things, this could be a Bryce Young breakout game because the Colts have the worst defense in the league, statistically speaking. Saw what the Saints were able to do last week against them. I really like Adam Thielen. We could see Mingo continue to rise. So I like Mingo. He might be my sleeper this week. Little preview for you guys there.
Nice.
But Bryce Young, I think you can go ahead. I'm going to chalk up Bryce Young as a start this week. Bryce Young and Mac Jones are both starts for me this week. Very good matchups. But Adam Thielen, continue to play him. Chuba Hubbard, I think you can look to start him if you need to. I know we have a lot of good running backs on bye this week. We got McCaffrey, Etienne, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, Javonte Williams all on bye. So I like Chuba Hubbard in a situation where you need him against a porous Colts defense.
Do it like Zach Moss too.
Yeah, I'd say start all these running backs in here. Miles Sanders, I would not start. That's the one guy I'd kind of shy away from. But I think if there's ever been a time for the Panthers to be looked upon for fantasy, production, it's against the Colts this week.
Okay. So you said sit Downs and.
No, I said start them.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying start them. I just don't think Minshew's a good start.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to be in a favorable matchup. I just think it's hard to sit those receivers in such a funneled passing attack.
Yeah, it is. Maybe that's. Do you guys do a weekly type of fantasy too? All right, so I was gonna mention this. I see that I've seen a podcast, and every week they do, like they pick a DraftKings lineup because you get like a certain amount of like points, and then whoever loses that week, they do like a punishment for them. So I was wondering like if we could implement that, like go through and like before the week, like maybe on our Friday podcast, like pick a team.
Right.
And I mean, it doesn't have
pick
to
a
mean
weekly
anything.
lineup. Yeah.
It doesn't have to mean anything, but just like pick one.
Right, because you can enter them for pretty cheap, right? And like.
Yeah, but I mean, not even you don't have to put money down just to pick the team.
Oh.
No, I think you should be able to just pick a team.
I don't know. We'll have to look into that.
Yeah, so
that'd be interesting to throw in.
I want to try that this Friday, if possible. I'm in a league that so you're in IDP league, 4 defensive.
I've never done that.
No.
honestly, I don't have too much interest. It's just kind of like, I don't know.
I wonder how good like Miles Garrett is right now.
I don't know. I feel like guys that get tackles are probably really good, but I don't know. Sacks might count for like 5 points or something, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Miles Sanders, very unfortunate to have a guy that I was really wrong about. I thought his draft stock in like the late 4th, 5th round was really good. I was foreseeing him to be very successful in this offense, and it has not happened. But all right, so this is the big one. Where are you going? Because we got some dysfunction here in the chat.
Calm down, everyone.
You'll get your answers soon.
I'm going Colts. Chandler, I'm sorry about your Panthers, but
I'm going Carolina.
Okay.
I'm going against my Colts. I think Carolina's offense is going to shape up here. I think they're going to force Minshew into enough mistakes. Linebacker's always the best player. But yeah, so I'm going Carolina on this one, Chandler. I'm riding with you, man. Carter, side-eye, Carter, y'all are on the same wavelength here. Side-eye, this is the first time I think we've ever had a disagreement, bro. So big milestone in our relationship. I hope we're still cool. Besides you getting rid of Laporta. But you did get Evan Ingram back, so I'll let it slide. But outside of that.
Me and Chandler generally agree too. Now you're going Panthers. Chandler's going Panthers. So a little bit of mix-ups here.
How the turns table.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Another 425 game. We got the gosh. Talk about a toilet bowl. Are we watching? We have the Giants going into Oakland. I actually have the Giants defense this week. Believe it or not.
Wow.
I was going to pick up the Commanders, and then I was like, wait, we just traded away our 2 best defensive players. So I dropped them against New England. But, yeah, so Giants, I guess you can go ahead and start Saquon. No one else is relevant there. Is Darren Waller out this week?
He's projected for 0 right now.
Okay, so he's
he
probably
was
very
an instant out in the game, so I would
right.
say with a hamstring instant out, he's probably out this week.
Yeah, so Saquon's the only guy you should be starting because he produces regardless. Imagine paying $145 to go see the Raiders play the Giants. That's the lowest ticket.
Yeah,
that's insane.
That's a terrible deal.
Anyways, the Raiders.
I'd rather go buy some shoes.
Yeah, facts. Good statement there, Carter. I'd say start Jacobs, start Adams, start Myers. I'm looking for a bounce back here for the Raiders, even though I'm starting the Giants defense for some reason or another. Not sure why, but it's happening. So,
okay, so Chandler says Waller's definitely out.
Oakland, yeah, I always call them Oakland. It's just it just comes off the tongue like that. I kind of refuse to say Vegas. Moving a team to Vegas is stupid to me. It's not like real.
Sounds kind of cheesy.
Yeah. It's just like a big.
Although the Vegas hockey team is
called?
pretty cool.
Yeah, the Las Vegas Knights.
Yeah.
Golden Knights. Excuse me. I forget what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't know the word, but it's just trying to make things sound better than it is. I feel like Oakland was just so cool. Like,
yeah.
Oakland Raiders, bro. Like, that's just what they are. I feel like they'll move back eventually, but once they get things together.
Yeah, Raiders better just by finding.
Facts.
I think so too. Yeah.
You mean the tables turn? I just hollered. That was funny. That was kind of on purpose. But yeah, it is funny how the turntables. Anyways, but yeah, I kind of like those 3 Raiders guys. Not looking for a real high scoring game this week. I think we got DeVito against O'Connell this week, maybe. I don't know what that quarterback situation is looking like for the Giants, but it really doesn't matter.
That's better than Burrow versus.
That's better than Burrow versus Allen or Tua versus Mahomes, right?
Yeah.
DeVito versus O'Connell.
Okay, so I don't know how to. I don't think I can pin both of them. So we will come back to that just random kid at the end.
We will. So yeah, we only got 3 more games to go over. So where are you going on that one? Giants Oakland.
Oh man. I'm gonna go Oakland.
That's.
I do like that Giants defense play.
I do too.
They've been looking
good. They've been shaping up. It's probably gonna be like a 10-7 type of game. That's what I'm hoping for. And the Giants just have a bunch of sacks and like get a pick six, and that's their only like points. But moving on. Arguably the most interesting game in terms of how things will shape up, but we got another good game after that Sunday night. Cowboys going into Philly. Lowest ticket is $306. That's insane. Yo, that's nuts.
That's why I won't be.
I'm so weak. Yo, that's what I always think of whenever I say Tommy. Did I say Danny? I may have slipped and said that. I meant Tommy, but that's weak.
Bills one, because me and my dad were about to go to this, and he was like, tickets are way too expensive.
181.
Oh, okay. Well, he was saying 300, so I guess he's tripping.
Well, for solid seats, because that's the lowest seat, so that's nosebleeds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you want solid seats, you're paying solid 300.
True.
So sticking with this Cowboys-Eagles game, I like Dak and I like CD a lot. We know that this Philly defense, we saw what Washington did to them last week. I keep wanting to think that this Philly defense is the secondary. I keep wanting to think is good.
Oh, he said no, you didn't.
Nah, okay, but it's just not. So I really like the receivers in this matchup for the Cowboys. I like Jake Ferguson.
What are you doing with Brandon Cooks?
I think he's still on your bench. I haven't seen the usage out of him, although this could be that game.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been the last two games against the Chargers and the Rams have just been touchdown based. He hasn't had more than 4 receptions out of those games or 4 targets. So not looking to get him in the lineup right now. Would hope you have better options. Now, I don't think he's, good matchup. I don't think he's the worst flex play that you could have if you're, one of your guys is on bye. As I said, Ayuk, Debo, Kirk, Ridley, Amon-Ra, Sutton, Judy, both on bye. Big names there.
So that says CD is so talented, bro. Yeah, I'd agree.
Yes.
He's nice.
I always think of Danny DeVito. Facts, bro. Whenever the first time I saw him on the like players waiver possibility, my mind immediately went to Danny DeVito. So that's funny you say that.
I was bid for the Panthers last week with $7 a ticket. I
Almost
almost went because I thought we had a good chance to win. Now that I'm going this week versus the Colts, we definitely losing. I went to 4 home.
Nah, y'all aren't losing.
Home games last year, we lost them all.
Yeah, that's weak.
Jason is still available. Time to pick him up.
Oof. Okay, that's a good one. We actually I've been meaning to address that. I meant to address that when we talked about the Seahawks. He needs to be rostered. I'm just not excited to play him.
Not instantly.
Yeah. He definitely should be picked up. I don't know what your format looks like. I forget if you mentioned it earlier.
He said he's IDP.
Yeah. But that doesn't tell me anything else. Yeah, so I think he should be picked up. I'm just not really looking to play him right now. The targets are still going to the top 2 guys. He did happen to have 2 touchdowns back-to-back weeks, which is great. I'm just not there yet with him personally. So
I think pick up though.
Sticking with this game, yeah, stash him for sure. Sticking with this game for the Eagles, I mean, I really like everyone in this game on both sides of the ball. I do want to ask you though, what is your opinion on Tony Pollard this game and moving forward? Because he has a tough matchup in the Eagles and he has been underproducing.
Yeah. I'll just get it out while you're playing him.
Am I playing against him? Oh, yeah, okay. No. Yeah, you're starting Tony Pollard.
Yeah, you're starting Tony Pollard.
I was like, wait.
Nah, I think Luke's playing.
Yeah, I don't play Luke. I already beat him.
Luke's playing.
He's
Foster?
working. Maybe. I'll look it up.
No, wait, hold on. I was looking at this earlier. I think he's playing Matthews. I think Luke's playing Matthews. But, I think Pollard's a buy low candidate, season long.
Do you think he's
And I don't think he'll have a great game this week.
Do you think he's if you're a Pollard owner, do you wait for a solid game and then sell?
Yeah. Or, no. I think you buy low on him and then keep him if you have him.
So yeah, but I'm saying as if you're a Pollard owner right now, like, are you waiting for a big game and then once he has the big game, you sell him?
No, I would keep him.
Okay. So you're either holding or buying low. Is
Yeah.
what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean I really like this. I like the fantasy aspect of this game all around. I think it's very inviting for both teams. Although Pollard does have a really tough matchup, I think you got to start the guy.
Mm-hmm.
So where are you going?
I'm going with. Oh man. Alright, let me get to this question. Texas just busted it open 5-0. Now it's 9. Now top 9. It's over. Texas just busted it open 5-0. Now. Do you know what that means? I'm sorry, Chandler.
Context, Chandler. Quick.
Yeah, I need something more to this. I think he's talking about the Cowboys. Texas just busted 5.
All right, I'm going Philly.
You're going Philly? Okay, I just wanted to see what you said. I'll roll.
Oh, Rangers.
Oh, okay.
Top of the ninth. Oh, yeah, that's over. They won last night, too. They started out, it was 10-0 in the third. And then they just took, it did end up 11-7.
Rangers just won the World
Oh, wait.
Series. Oh.
They were able to win already? I thought it was like game 5.
I do not watch baseball.
I keep up. I'm a Red Sox fan, unfortunately.
First ever W's. Oh, World Series.
Oh, I didn't know they were up 3-1. I thought it was 2-2. Oh, wow. Good for them. Good for them.
First ever. I mean,
Yeah, I remember when they had like Josh Hamilton. They were really good. Wow. Good for them. Good for them.
nice.
Heck yeah, man.
Thumbs
Yeah,
up
so-
to the Rangers. Good stuff. Good stuff from Texas.
Well, that's the only good.
Unfortunately,
That's
Texas
yeah.
is now screwed because I'm also going with Philly.
Yeah. No, Houston is gonna do well, but
Okay, yeah, you're right.
the better team of Texas.
I want to see what
What
they were
Chandler's?
saying about. So they picked Eagles and Cowboys. All right, so split there
Okay.
between Chandler and a side eye. I might just roll with side eye. No. I just.
C-Town, let us know what you think, bro. Eagles or Cowboys. I'm interested to hear you. So moving to our Monday night game, Carter, you're getting a lot of prime time, baby.
Yeah. I think this is our last one though.
Nah, y'all got another one in
Or
there.
do we have another one?
Y'all
I
got
know we
another
have
one
3
later.
of the 4 weeks.
Later in the season.
I think we play KC.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's the next game against KC. Let's see. Y'all play Detroit next. Oof. Detroit. Baltimore. That's gonna be a fun game.
Time.
Y'all play Vegas in prime time. Y'all play Buffalo in prime time. So y'all got 3 more primetime games.
Okay, and
And then Kansas City's to be determined. So I'm assuming if that's a tight game or like a tight matchup where
It'll be prime
fighting
time.
for some playoff stuff,
Yeah.
that'll definitely be prime time. Interesting.
Okay, so still got a couple more.
So going against the Jets this week, I'll let you handle this. How are you feeling this one?
I might even just double down on QJ this week and just say you can go ahead and stream him.
We saw the arrival.
Yes, I predicted him finally doing well. I think our offense just looked so much better last week.
Yes.
I know we're going up against the Jets, but like we're passing. Like if we can get the short game going again, I don't think any defense can stop our offense. Like truly, when we get
Any
Eckler in space.
defense?
Well, the
I
Jets
know what
would
you're
be
saying.
one of them,
I'm
you
not
know,
saying
and
that.
I think that we will do good against the Jets. I'd say, you know, you go ahead, you start Eckler, you start Herbert, you start Allen, obviously. I've seen a lot of people recommending starting Parham and Gerald Everett. I think you can start Parham. I'd be a little bit more cautious about Everett. Parham's even getting some work just down the field, in general now, which is kind of what you'd want to see only Everett get.
Everett, to me, bro, Everett is the most underused, talented tight end.
He's great.
He's so talented. I'll never understand it.
Yeah, what's Palmer's
status?
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to figure out, but I'm not seeing it.
It's actually quite interesting because Sauce Gardner is, maybe one of the most handsy cornerbacks in the league, and Keenan Allen is
technician.
Literally just technician, hands off, shifty, not physical whatsoever, almost the most finesse guy in the league. Right. So that would be a funny matchup to watch.
So I'm not seeing any news on Josh Palmer. So under the assumption he's starting, boys. So I'd probably temper expectations against the Jets, but not an awful play considering buys and injuries. So
I would just start the main guys and then Quentin Johnson if you're in I don't know, and if you're in that
18-man league, yeah.
It's funny how both my RBs are playing each other. So, okay, Brees touchdown, knock on wood real quick. Yeah, I would guarantee a Brees touchdown too.
Brees and Garrett Wilson. I'm going to just leave it for that.
Our defense has been really good against the run recently.
Yeah.
It's surprised, for the first time ever.
So, I think
the Eagles are the best team in the NFL. Okay, so I'm going to take that as you think the Eagles will win.
Yeah, I'm probably in the same boat as you, C-Town. I think it's between them. I honestly think it's between them, Baltimore, and the Lions. But with what Baltimore did to the Lions, I feel like that kind of cuts them out. So I'd probably, I think a Ravens. We were talking about this Monday, maybe. I think a Ravens Eagles Super Bowl would be crazy. I don't know if I said the same thing Monday night, but that would be a wild Super Bowl.
Yeah, it would.
That'd be insane. That'd be nuts.
I still put KC as number 1 in the NFL, but I'd agree with the Eagles being. I think either is fine.
Yeah, I really want to see Cincy back in, to be honest. I think a Cincy Eagles would be high powered.
Yeah, a full powered Cincy team is certainly a conversation too.
So for the Jets guys, just to wrap up this game, I'll make it easy. Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson. That's it. Is it safe to pencil us both in for the Chargers here?
Yeah, I'm going with Los Angeles.
Let's go.
We really need this
Get back to 500. Get back to 500. You're back in the mix.
Seahawks play both the Cowboys and Eagles this year. So I think those divisions play each other this year, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yes, you're correct.
So the NFC East is playing the AFC. Because that's 2 NFC teams.
Yeah, every division plays a division in their line.
Yeah.
Shut up.
So NFC East versus the NFC West. That sounds right because let me think who the Cowboys have played. They played the Cardinals.
Cowboys played the Rams.
And the Rams.
Yep.
So yeah.
And they played the Niners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Side eyes. See, bro, Side Eye and I are always on the same page.
We have an intense schedule from here on out. Cowboys, yeah, we were looking at that. Or no, the Seahawks, we were looking at that. They do.
Yeah.
Ravens versus Eagles, book it, but don't sleep on the 49ers.
Wow, look what Chandler said.
Dallas versus Bills, Super Bowls.
So let's go through Chandler's picks real quick, and then we can go through.
Are we done with all the picks?
Yep.
Okay.
That was our last pick.
So Chargers. Okay. So let's see what we put too.
Gotcha.
All right. So we'll start with Chandler, and then we'll go with just a random kid. Chandler goes Titans. I went Titans.
I went Pittsburgh.
Max goes Pittsburgh. Patriots.
We both went Patriots.
Panthers.
I went Panthers. You went.
I'm feeling good about this one.
You went Indy.
I went Indy there.
Yeah.
Giants.
We both went Oakland.
And we both went Oakland.
That's a crapshoot. If I've ever seen one, bro. Holy cow.
Chiefs.
Yeah, we both went Chiefs.
Ravens.
We both went Ravens.
Both went Ravens.
That's going to be a good game, though, against Seattle.
Browns. Both went Browns.
Yes. Yep. Both went Browns.
Bucks.
Both of us went Houston.
Okay, so there's another one.
You're cornered, Chandler.
Bears if Fields is back.
I ain't buying that.
I
ain't buying it.
Yeah, it would be takeover.
I don't even know who the Bears play. That's how
It was New Orleans, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh
we
yeah.
both went with New
Chandler, you
Orleans.
might want to rethink that one, man.
We'll give you a little bit of time to rethink that
Yeah.
one. Falcons.
He just say if Fields is back, so.
Okay, I respect it.
So Falcons, we coincide, both of us.
Rams, we both picked the Rams. Cowboys, we both went with Eagles.
The Rams, that's the one I'm kind of iffy about, but yeah. Cowboys, yeah, we both picked Philly.
Bengals.
We both
and
picked
Jets.
Bengals.
Jets over Chargers, man.
Did we both pick the Bengals? Did we even talk about
I mean, I
that?
don't.
Oh, we skipped that game. We skipped the biggest game of the week. Bills Bengals, guys, Sunday night.
Oh my god.
Bills. We're losing all credibility. I don't. There's not really much to say though. Like all these guys are starting. If Josh Allen's starting, you gotta start him. I think you gotta start him. I mean, if there's a game that has potential for fireworks, that has Gabe Davis written all over, in my opinion. You know, I've been on the Gabe Davis train all season. I think you just gotta ride his highs, ride his lows. That's just what he is.
What about the Latavius Murray, Leonard Fournette? What do you think about them? Are you starting either of them?
I'm not starting either of them. No.
Okay.
You're starting James Cook though. I think I'm picking Fournette over Murray right now. They signed the guy for a reason, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, James Cook, Josh Allen, Stephon, Gabe, Dalton Kincaid is a huge start this week at tight end. Not just because of the matchup, just because what we saw last week with Knox out, put up a great game against Tampa Bay. I'm huge on that. We completely
Around 3 games, I think not better.
yeah. That's good. So yeah, man. Bengals, you're starting all these guys. I think Joe Mixon's in for another big game. The Bills are not very good against the run this year, so I like them. Higgins and Chase are both in your lineup. Easy enough.
Yep.
What's not easy is where are you going?
This is a shootout and a revenge game, plus a Chase versus Diggs.
Ooh.
Chase versus Diggs. I haven't even thought about that.
Yeah. And Higgins.
Who is the better wide receiver? I lean Chase.
I was gonna say I lean Diggs. Just.
Okay, yeah. I don't know.
I probably slightly lean Diggs. That's kind of a toss-up in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's like as close as it, like you could swap those guys and they'd both be doing the same exact thing.
Right.
You know, like
Yeah,
it,
they would. I lean Chase. I think Chase is the best in the NFL.
really. You think he's better than Justin Jefferson?
Okay, wait. Maybe Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill's the best. And then I'd say Chase.
All right, I'm gonna tell you, I'm going with Cincy. Cincy's out a heater right now. Playing at home, I don't see how they lose this.
Yeah, I'm going Cincy 2.
Which is kind of insane because
Kind of an emotional matchup, man.
yeah,
Considering last time what happened when they played in Cincy. I think that was a Sunday night too. Or was that Monday night? It might have been a Monday night.
but also the playoff game was Cincy Buffalo and Cincy dominated them
Yeah, and they were dominating
in
them.
Buffalo.
They were dominating them
Yeah.
when they were playing that
Right.
game when DeMar Hamlin went down.
I lean Diggs. He's Baltimore red. All right, side eye.
Bengals.
C-Town's going
Yes,
Bengals.
everyone.
Yeah, so guys, we are side eye. Let us know where you're going. Random Kid, let us know where you're going on. Well, Random Kid posted his stuff. We'll get to that in a second. But
Yeah.
apparently, all of us are leaning Bengals. Yeah, we can go to Random Kid's picks now. Actually,
Okay.
keep going. There it is. All right, so Random Kid has Titans. So everyone's siding with you on the Titans. Titans Pittsburgh.
Yep. Too late to go back. Titans. Dolphins.
Yep, too late to change, buddy.
Dolphins versus KC. Okay,
So we both have KC.
Yeah. Falcons.
Yep.
I like that Falcons.
We both
pick.
have Falcons.
Saints. We both had
We both
them.
have Saints.
Rams.
Yep.
We both had them. Patriots. Yep.
Ooh, going with the Seahawks.
Seahawks. That's ballsy.
I don't mind the pick. I
don't
really
mind it
don't.
either.
Like I think this is gonna be because bro, like Seattle's defense is really overlooked right now. Between them and Houston, I think those are the two most overlooked defenses right now in terms of what they're doing, what they're allowing. So
Yeah.
I don't mind that play at all. I just like Baltimore at home.
I see the Seahawks kind of in the same light as Miami. Like they're on the fringe of being like
Yeah.
a serious.
They just don't
contender.
have the
Big
next
wins.
step. Yeah,
But
exactly.
If the Seahawks were to win this game, I think
That'd be a
that,
huge statement
yeah, that's
for the league.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Put them really on notice.
Right.
Texans.
Yep.
But Browns. Yep.
Yep.
Colts. I picked the Colts. You went with Panthers. Too late to change.
No backing out now.
Raiders.
Check.
We both picked the Raiders. Both picked the Eagles. Both picked the Bengals. And then Jets over the Chargers.
So we only differ on what? 3 picks?
Jets.
Well, Dolphins. We only completely differ on the Dolphins, the Jets, and that's it.
Seahawks?
Or Seahawks, yeah.
Seahawks.
So yeah, seeing eye to eye most of the time. So Carter and I guys on the season are both tied.
Titans because of the whole banana.
Side Eye's going Bills. So Side Eye, you're on your own on this one, bro.
Wow. I mean, you know.
I mean,
it's not
yeah,
like
there's nothing wrong with picking the Bills. It's gonna be weird though, because if the Bills lose, they're 5-4. If the Bengals lose, they're 4-4. So one of these teams is gonna have 4 losses, which is gonna be really surprising.
That's wild.
I'd be more surprised to say the Bills have 4 losses right now than I would the Bengals, I guess.
Because of how they started.
Yeah.
Bengals always start off slow though.
Yeah.
This is kind of what they do. I feel like.
I gotta say this, guys. I don't know if I've said this on the pod before and with all you guys here, but the Bills are the most overrated team in the NFL, in my opinion. Year in and year out. Don't sleep on the Giants. D held Buffalo to 14. Should have beat them. Yep, facts. Washington 7 points. Yeah, so Carter highlighted that. And I'm starting them this week in fantasy due to the Dolphins matching up with KC, who I started last week against New England. But yeah, I do like the Giants defense. Wink Martindale always has a good defense. Have 10 sacks for the last 2 weeks, 4 turnovers, now playing the Raiders. I guess Chandler should take our place. That's what it sounds like, right?
Good.
Could if you wanted to. But
Fly
yeah.
in and hop in.
Yeah.
Get a third seat here.
But as I was highlighting, guys, Carter and I are tied on our season picks. So we have one.
Who just fired their entire offense and now a rookie quarterback who had like 4 turnovers in his first start. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point.
Yeah, so that's why I'm starting them, even though we're both picking Oakland for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know.
Too
why.
late to change.
I mean, I picked the Giants last week and I had no clue why, and now I'm
Yeah.
picking Oakland with no clue why.
Facts.
It's just a feeling, I guess.
We have only 2 differing picks this week.
Interesting, considering we are now tied for the
Facts.
season. Also, recap: last week we both went 12-4, so it was
Yes.
a good week for both of us.
Good week for both of us.
I missed the Giants. Max missed Atlanta. We both missed Houston.
Nah. Yeah, both missed
We
Houston.
both missed Houston.
I missed Indy.
I missed Cleveland and KC. We both missed KC, obviously.
Yeah.
Both missed Houston. So I'm not even mad about missing either of those.
Yeah, Bengals in our division. I hope all our division rivals lose every. The AFC North is the hardest division to compete in. You're not lying, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
I coincided with that wholeheartedly. That is a damn good division.
Mm-hmm.
Year in, year out, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The who cares ball. Facts. The second coming of the Broncos and Bears.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys got any lineup questions, trade questions. I guess we can sit around and pick our noses for a few minutes. If you guys got any questions, lineup questions, waivers, that sort of thing. See if there's any news. So Saquon limited today. He'll be fine. Wandale limited. Not relevant. Daniel Jones listed as a full participant. Carter, we might have to change his pick. Where y'all get those jerseys? Carter, tell him.
It was like, I think it was on like, I looked up like signed NFL autograph jerseys or something like that, and I think it was like Facebook or something. It's this it's like $60 a piece, I think, and
It's like a mystery box.
it's a mystery box, yeah. So they just send you a bunch of like mystery. It could be players from any like generation, which is it's pretty cool. We got Robert Mathis. We got a lot of good players.
These are not signed. These are just jerseys I've had since I was a kid.
Yeah, dude, I wish I kept my Drew Brees Chargers jersey. That would look so tough here.
Facts. That'd be legendary.
I used to have a Drew Brees Chargers jersey that was about that size.
I'm trying to find it, but yeah. So we got, I think it's Tom Novacek, tight end for the Cowboys in their heyday. Jay Novacek. So yeah, he was pretty good for the Cowboys. 5-time Pro Bowler. Selected every year he played for Dallas, and then we got Greg Pruitt, guys. Go watch some Greg Pruitt highlights if you want. If you like, just go watch Greg Pruitt highlights.
He was tough.
Type in the
small guy in the old times.
Yeah.
And then Natrone Means was an absolute
Natrone
monster.
Means. So, Side Eye said the famous question from last week. Palmer, Myers, or Pickens? They were all but. Bro, I literally thought about that.
Pickens?
Yeah.
No, like, would you go Pickens? I feel like I'd go Pickens.
Oh, this week? Yeah, I'd probably go Pickens playing Tennessee's secondary.
Palmer's tough to play. Myers, who knows what's going to happen with that. I only feel confident with Devontae Adams and Josh Jacobs this week.
Yeah, C-Town fan. Walter Payton's he's like one of the first guys as a young kid that I remember being introduced to getting around football. Sweetness is probably my favorite running back of all time. Like, yeah, watching his highlights are just, for me, it was always him and Barry. Two monsters, absolute monsters.
Someone wants to trade away
me
Amon-Ra for Brees and Godwin. Is that even worth it?
Send the rest of your team, random kid.
Kind of like it. Although it depends on like kind of your record and stuff because Amon-Ra's on a bye. Brees is a really good play this week. Also, Brees has gotten 20 points in like 3 consecutive
Yeah,
weeks.
Brees has been very consistent.
And with the running backs,
the rest of your running backs look like.
Yeah.
So Chandler said trade away Mac Jones and Chase for Jordan Love, St. Brown, and Mixon. 18-team league PPR. So Chase for St. Brown and Mixon?
I like it.
I like it, dude. I mean,
Jones
Chase is
for
great,
Jordan Love
but
is
St.
good.
Brown is as consistent as it gets, and Mixon is kind of on the upswing. Had
I
a
would
great
certainly
week
do
last
that.
week. Yeah, I have no issue with that, man. I'm all for that.
Yeah, 18 league. You kind of want depth there. So
Yes, absolutely. I don't mind that whatsoever.
I would do it. I like Chase too
I like
much.
Chase too much. Yeah, I mean, I understand that. But like Carter just said, 18-man league, that's kind of hard to not go with. So let's see Mixon's.
He's good, right? I saw he was questionable, but is that just a management thing?
Probably. So he plays Buffalo, plays Houston and Baltimore, 10-11. So that's a tough out
He's
there.
already had his bye, so you don't have to
He's already
worry
had his
about
bye. Plays Pittsburgh, Jacksonville, Indy, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, KC. That's a pretty good schedule after those 2 rough games. You get Pittsburgh twice. You get Jacksonville, Indy. Minnesota has been good against the run, but I just think this is going to be an overbearing Cincy offense for what we project Minnesota to be at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get KC, who's solid, but should be another explosive game. So I like Mixon rest of season. I don't mind that trade at all. Jordan Love is obviously pretty shaky, but to get St. Brown and Mixon for Chase, I like that. I like that. But random kid, I don't know if you missed, but send your whole team in to us if you can, including your bench, just so we can get a better idea of who you got on your squad, what that trade would leave you with. Face value, I'd probably say keep Brees and Godwin just because how good Brees has been, and as we highlighted last night, running backs are literally a dime a dozen right now. And then Godwin's been pretty solid the last 3 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see.
Talking about great teams, the Bengals are rising big time.
Yes, they are. Carter and I are both big Bengals guys right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, Godwin the last 3 weeks, the last 4 weeks of playing, because he's had his bye already. So the week before the bye, he had 19. And he's done this all with just 1 touchdown, guys. So he had 19, 13, 12, 17. So I really like Godwin. He gets 3 great matchups after this Houston matchup. He gets Tennessee, San Fran, and then Indy. Back to back. Those are 3 fabulous matchups.
Yeah.
And then Carolina's a tough one, Atlanta's a tough one, but then you get Green Bay, Jacksonville, New Orleans. So he has a pretty good schedule rest of the season. I don't mind it at all. Okay, so random.
4-4.
Burrow. Oh, so he has Burrow. Okay, yeah, I've definitely used
Burrow, Brees,
Cup,
Eckler,
Adams.
Cup, Adams,
Oh, jeez. Laporte on bye. Bills defense.
Devontae Smith, Schultz, Monty, Godwin, Shaheed. So you're looking to get
St. Brown.
Amon Ra for Brees and Godwin. That would leave you with Eckler. No, you need Brees on this team. You would have Cup, Adams, Chase, and St. Brown.
Your running backs would be way too thin.
Yeah, you don't want to thin out your running backs like that. Then you already have Cup, Adams, and Chase. With Devontae Smith.
Yeah, I would stick with your guys, random kid. I really like your squad, and yeah, I'd stick with the squad you got.
Especially 4-4, you kind of want to get above 500 this week.
Right.
So keep Brees.
You got a lot of big players and a lot of solid games. Like Brees and Eckler should both do great. You got Burrow and Chase in a high scoring matchup. Adams coming off of, the whole management change. Cup is a little shaky this week considering the situation. Laporte on bye obviously is not favorable. But you got Devontae Smith, who's coming off a huge game. Schultz, you can slot in for Laporta against Tampa Bay. Solid game there. Godwin, solid. Mahomes, Shaheed. I like your squad, man. I like it like it is.
Yeah, same.
So what'd Chandler say?
Hunt, Singletary, or Freeman this week PPR?
I think we're both rolling Hunt.
Yeah,
I think
I'm
that's
starting
safe to
Hunt
say.
in my league over Mostert right now. Could be subject to change, but I like Hunt out of those three for sure.
Yeah.
Just random kid, your team is insane.
Facts.
Side eye.
C-Town, same page, buddy. I like it.
Got the same issue as you said.
I'm trying to pair Cup with Adams too. That's who I have right now, C-Town. Yeah. I like the squad random kid. I would keep it like it is. I think Brees and Eckler are a great duo with Monty on the bench like that once he comes back off of bye and injury, obviously. And then you have great receivers. I mean, with Devontae Smith as your 4, I don't think you need to go chase any one receiver.
Yeah.
And your running backs would be very, very thin.
Right.
So, especially with, I think Montgomery's going to be solid, even with Gibbs having such a breakout right now. But we could see a slight reduction with him being injured twice already this season.
Yeah.
So, I would stick with what you got. Finalize that.
I would too.
Underperforming is killing my team. Men from last man's. I lost by 2. And that nasty .34. I remember when you mentioned that.
Yeah.
I had on someone who's 7-0. Yeah, bro. So I mean, you could easily be 6-2. So stick with your team, man. You're right there. You're waiting for the breakthrough, and those who wait typically tend to succeed. Yep. It's when you go making rash decisions where you really mess things up. So I'd stick with what you got, but solid episode tonight, dude.
Yeah, solid game picks. I like that you guys send your picks.
Yeah, guys, always send in. We like hearing your guys' opinions. Gives us more avenues of thought, different ways of looking at things. So
my bench is 5 people on bye.
2 people on IR, and Fields is basically out. No single players playing. Yeah, that's rough, Chandler. 5 people on bye. Yeah, I have 4 people on bye this week. No one on IR. I guess you can technically say Nick Chubb's on IR, but he's not on my team anymore.
Alright, I think it's about that time, 11:20ish.
11:22
around here.
Eastern Virginia time, boys.
Got all the picks in, all the preview. Friday will be our sleepers, busts, and locks. My favorite time of the week.
Y'all's favorite time of the week too.
Yours favorite too. My QB's hurts. So if you're thinking about going to a party or something, don't.
Because we'll be busy here.
Because we'll be getting busy with our sleepers, busts, and locks.
While all your league mates are going to parties, you'll be getting all the good info.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Yep.
You tell your league mates, you can tell them not. That's up to you. Best kept secret.
So yeah. Friday, look forward to that. Sunday,
we'll be here.
Before the games, we'll be here.
We'll be here answering any last minute stuff.
The Cincy Bills game.
That would have been so hyped.
That would have been tough.
You would have had to send me another.
That's see if he'll be interested in Monty. I'll put Monty and Godwin in the trade instead.
I like that.
I do too.
I'm offering for Adams as we speak. Help.
I'm offering for Adams as we speak.
What are you offering? I don't know that I would trade. Well,
Adams is like the theme of this video. I like it.
yeah.
So let's just stick with
Everyone's
Adams for a second.
everyone's in on him.
It's funny because I have Cup and I'm going for Adams.
Yeah, that's the guy you need to talk to.
Just a random kid and has. I'm pretty sure like 3 of us. Side Eye has Cup. He's going for Adams, and now we got. There's another guy with Cup. I'm not sure. Sorry guys, I don't exactly remember like everyone's team, but I know there's a lot of people with Cup, and we're all going for Adams.
That's weak. That's funny.
You need Grossy
Posse.
Grossy Posse raid.
You need a gross posse raid.
You need a gross
I don't know.
Posse raid.
C-Town, you're above our pay grade
Intellect.
right now. Yeah, above our intellectual ability.
What's
What's full schedule for the week so I can put it down so I know what's coming out when. So, all right, I like running through this. So, Tuesday night we like to do a review of Sunday and Monday night, and then just kind of talk waiver wires. Obviously, oh, he's huge on YouTube. Okay, so and then Wednesday night tonight we like to do our preview for the week. So Thursday night preview, start out with that. Obviously, Sunday, and then sort of address trades, happenings, injuries throughout the week. We're getting a better idea of what we're looking at, and then come back Friday, sleepers, bust, locks, any upcoming news, trends, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Really like to answer questions then because we're getting closer to shaping up. Injuries, who's in, who's out, that sort of stuff, and then Sunday. An hour, 45 minutes to an hour before the game, we just like to come on and answer any last minute questions. That's when we tend to get more outsiders, I guess we'll say, or people that aren't subscribed already, kind of checking in, popping in last minute. Like we got a lot of last Sunday we got 2 or 3 guys with like the last 5 minutes asking some big questions. So,
Right.
But yeah, man, that's the, and I guess we can always type it in, but. That wraps up our, we try to give y'all at least 4 solid days.
I guess I'll type that in real quick. As well, like these are live videos, but if you go to our channel, you can click the live. So like once those are posted, you can still go back to them. You don't have to be. It's obviously better if you're here when we're live, but if you miss it for whatever reason, you can do that. So Tuesday we do wrap up, and this is always at night. Oh. Okay.
You can just send it like that. That's fine.
Thursday.
Wednesday.
Wednesday. I don't know why, but today it just felt like a Thursday to me. Wednesday we do preview. Friday.
SBO.
SBL. And then Sunday. At around like 12. 15.
Just Q&A basically.
Q&A, yeah.
Boom. But
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
so Chandler said you have a platform where you can communicate people like Discord or Slack or something like that. So I'm honestly, Carter's a little more inclined with that stuff than I am. It would probably be nice. Do we have a Discord?
We do. That's probably one of the links that isn't working. I'll have to look into it. It's not going to take me long, so whether that's probably sometime tomorrow, I'll look at that. I do want to get a Discord running. It's
So
really just
how
a
does-
chat room. It's just a
okay.
chat room.
Yeah.
And then
I've never used Discord before, so.
I remember when I initially set it up, I had like so basically it's a chat room with different chat rooms in it. So it's like a community, and then you can join different chat rooms. So I had one for like player lineup questions,
Okay.
one for
So you have your own like channel essentially, and then there's spots within each channel
Yeah.
for certain things.
basically. I mean, if I could show you it, it's really simple. It does look confusing at first, but it's super simple.
Yeah.
We are loaded with lives this week.
Yeah. That's what we typically. I mean, that's kind of the format that I think has been best in terms of putting out content and also being able to interact with you guys directly versus, waiting or comments or anything like that. It's just easier for us to talk with you guys right here now.
Yeah. Y'all have okay, so a grocery. Okay, so he's a YouTuber.
Yeah.
We need to eat as Cup in future and current Adam owners.
Facts.
Yeah.
So scroll down real quick.
Y'all-
Side-eye said,
People like Discord. So Discord, we will. I will let you guys know on Friday. Try to get that up.
look what Side-eye said at the bottom. Adams and Gus the bus for Barkley. He'd be trading away Barkley for that. I kind of like that. I'm on the Gus bus right now.
Woohoo!
And I know Side-eye is, because Side-eye is from Maryland. That's interesting. Whew. Scroll.
So he said
try
should
to
I do Adams and a piece for Barkley?
He'd be trading away Barkley, because his running backs are Barkley and Kenneth Walker.
Okay, yeah.
Scroll up to his entire
Giving
team.
up a lot for Barkley. So just a random kid. He's giving away Barkley in this
Yeah.
situation. Thank you all for everything, fellas. Y'all my favorite fantasy champ. Oh, bro, that means so much, honestly.
Yeah,
Like,
it really does.
we're literally just on here, like, talking with you. It means a lot to us that you're, like,
Yeah.
watching and
Yeah,
interacting with us, too.
that's what. Yeah.
You guys are really what's making it at this point. Okay.
It was pretty early. So.
Side eye. No, we're just a random kid, right? No, side eye.
Side-eye, right
Sorry.
there.
Okay, so
So
Saquon
you'd be giving away Saquon. He'd have Gus Bus in there.
Gus Bus and Kenneth Walker.
So he'd have. I like that because he would have
Cup.
Adams, and Zay Flowers
Yeah.
versus
Cup,
Flowers
Zay
being his
Flowers,
2.
Jacoby.
Yeah, I would roll with that Side-eye.
don't
I
know.
like that because you have. I'm big on Javonte Williams. Coming back, he had a big game this past week. I'm really big on him rest of season, so I think he can fill him admirably if something happens to Gus Bus or Kenneth Walker. I like Javonte Williams as an RB2 rest of season, so I like that trade for you. I think that gets you a lot of star power, which is what you need at 2 and 6 right now. I like that, and you're trading for a running back that's on a much better team, although obviously a less talented player.
Yeah, I like it. This team is so stacked, dude. We just got no luck.
I'm trying to lock it in right now. Yeah, man, go for it. I like the trade. I like that.
I'm going to try and lock it in right now. Let's go.
Go for it, bro. I say we end on that. That's a pretty fire trade.
Yeah. So Friday, let us know how that goes, and we will be talking about it. Let's all go get ourselves Devontae Adams as Cup owners, and big moves ain't ever for real, DR. Okay.
Let's go, boys. I
Alright.
like the action right now. This is when things start heating up. Mid-season, everyone's kind of
Yeah.
looking for that
the breaking
improvement. Yeah, it's a breaking point. Facts.
This is where boys become men. So
Exactly.
let's get some dubs this week, and